So Shakes, if you had to make a bet or you could offer any advice to a potential punter out there, what would it be for this season?
With regards to the Premier League, I would firstly I would say I would love to see the odds for Leeds staying up. I think they will definitely stay up with Marcelo Bielsa and the way the team is playing. But the next bet, which is a surprise, and I don't think a lot of people are seeing it coming, is Arsenal to finish in the top four. I think Mikel Arteta tactically is aware. I think he is much better than what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Frank Lampard is. And I think he proved it in the FA Cup, winning the FA Cup, and how in the route that he got there, and in terms of beating Manchester City and as well as beating Chelsea, and then to face Liverpool in the league, which he did beat last season, late on in the season, and then also the Community Shield, he won that too. So there's definitely some pedigree about Mikel Arteta, and you're thinking to yourself, had he had a full season instead of when he took over where Arsenal was at with the situation, he probably would have finished much higher. And I think because of his tactical nous, he'll probably finish in the top four.
Well, he's certainly getting more out of his players. That's for sure. And he seems to be a much better fit for Arsenal than the previous manager. And of course, he was an understudy to Pep, who you rate as one of the best, if not the best, managers in the world. So the pedigree's got to be is there for all to see. And so sorry, Shakes, we've got that 3.5 to 1 for Arsenal to finish in the top four. So you think that's not a bad bet, huh?
That's not a bad bet. I think that's a very decent bet. You can definitely make some money back. And I think also it's because no one else sees it coming. That's my thing. I think no one else gives them a chance at all. And I just think he will be able to surprise people. And some of the results that he's had has already surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, it's an interesting bet. And there you have that Shakes bet. Ollie, what do you have out there for us?
Can you bet on a specific, because I've just got a feeling that Liverpool's going to end third. I don't know who's going to end second, but I've just got a feeling that Liverpool's going to end third. Said as a Liverpool fan, you know, so yeah, I mean, if you can put a bet on that, I would, but I think I might look at taking a multi of like to the two of the sides to finish in the top four, and then you know, one side to win. I think Man City will win the league, but at 1.73 there's not that much value there if you're just going to take an outright on that, you know, so I might look to combine that with something else, but I'll have to do my research a bit more. I can't be punting straight off in this one. 73%
return on your investment. That's not it's not too bad.
Well, I'm thinking of just putting a tickle down, and I don't want to just get a tickle back, so
what's that, Shakes?
I mean, out of curiosity, I just wanted to find out, who do you think is finishing second if Liverpool's finishing third?
Well, no, that's the thing, is I don't know. I feel like second and fourth. You know?
Well, you could do a process of elimination.
I mean, Chelsea, I think Chelsea could surprise and be up there.
Yeah, Chelsea could surprise, but, you know.
Well, I mean, would it be a surprise? You know, that's the thing, is given how much they've spent, it's like, so you can't really call it a surprise.
See, I think that Lampard could be the first manager fired this year, if it goes wrong.
Yeah, if it goes wrong.
If he can't manage the egos in that team, and there's already two cultures that are going to emerge, because you know the players that were playing last year coming back, you know they're certainly going to be seeing less time. You're going to have guys with increased wages, and managing egos is something that takes a bit of time. And like you said, I don't believe that Lampard is in the top tier of managers in the Premier League, or any league for that matter. So I think it's going to be different. I think Chelsea's in for a torrid time, because once you spend £200 million, your expectations are to win the league. I don't care what they say their expectations are. Abramovich's expectations are to win that league. And he doesn't have the right, I don't believe he has the right manager to win that league. And he has got the itchiest trigger finger when it comes to firing people that you can imagine. So for me, I think the first manager fired this year will be Frank Lampard.
Is there a bet on that?
Yeah, can you put a bet on that, actually?
Because that might be your value bet for outrights then.
I'll tell you my value bet now, and this comes even worse than than left field. I believe that at 16 to 1, let me see, 16.5 to 1, Everton to finish in the top 4. Full year under their new manager Angelotti. They don't have any European commitments.
Ms. Rodriguez signed.
So, to me,
yeah, James Rodriguez has signed. He was confirmed yesterday or this morning, but he was confirmed recently. But the thing is with Everton is that they did get Carlo Ancelotti, and obviously they got him for the ambition, but they still have a lot of the same players, and to one day just say they're going to finish in the top 4, that's high risk, and I guess
it is 16. It is 16 to 1.
That's 16 to 1. That's definite. I think with some of the players they have, there is some decent quality to finish in the top 6 maybe or top 8, but top 4, that is a decent shout.
I know. I borrowed my balls from my wife this morning. I took them off the mantelpiece and brought them in, Shakes.
Man, I can tell you they're very steel-like. Huh? They're very steel-like. So they should be able to surprise and see. Is there any odds regarding the fact that Leeds might stay up? I mean,
Leeds to not get relegated.
To get relegated, you've got West Brom at 1.98. That's a pretty good bet, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see West Brom.
Yo, to get relegated, West Brom is at 1.98. That's a lot. That's a good bet.
That is a good bet, hey? I see them firmly with a lot of tradition at that club, but they haven't really done anything or made the acquisitions. And almost, to me, that signals that they're looking for their parachute going back down the next season, and are not going to do what other clubs try and do and spend and bring in a lot of players. They're going with the same team that got them up there, and that team's just not good enough to play in the Premier League. That's my opinion.
And unfortunately, that's what Norwich did. They went up and they kept their players, and they went down even before the season was finished.
Yeah. So I like that bet at 1.98. Newcastle could be an interesting club at 3.2. What do you think? What do you think of them staying up? I mean,
I think Newcastle. The thing with Newcastle is they've become hard to beat under Steve Bruce. He's managed to not let them concede a lot of goals. They don't score many either, but you think Newcastle will definitely concede less than what Aston Villa does, or what West Brom does, or what probably even Crystal Palace if they lose Zaha as well. So I think Newcastle will definitely stay up, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, they've got Crystal Palace as 4th favourites to be relegated.
I can tell you now. If Zaha leaves that football club, the odds will triple.
Is there any clubs like Arsenal's 195 to 1 to get relegated? Is that a good bet?
If you try to lose your house, then definitely that's a good bet.
Oh, it's interesting, huh? Well,
I for Leeds United to go down.
They're only 4.4. 4.4.
Oh, wow.
Means that they're yeah.
So they also have belief that they'll stay up.
Jeez, I hope so, hey. I hope so.
And West Ham United?
West Ham's 5.25.
I think that might be a decent bet, eh?
Is it?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think the club at the moment as well, the captain is bickering. Yeah, the captain is bickering with the owners because they sold a talented footballer, and it just not everything seems rosy at West Ham United, and it's a big season for David Moyes. The last time he was there, he made them stay up before, and he was sacked the following season. So what if the story turns out to be sort of the same this time around? He gets sacked again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good one for early sacking managers, hey?
Yeah, they should open up a market on that, actually.
I'm sure they will. So there you have it. We've got. I like Liverpool at 3.1 to win the league. They're 18 points difference if they stay healthy, of all things being equal. Because whoever gets injuries this year is going to be in big trouble, especially with a compressed season and games coming after games. And that's but 3.1. How Man City are favored to win the league when they finish so far behind Liverpool? It's kind of surprising, huh? And if you look at someone like Aguero, if he gets injured, Jesus is not a like-for-like replacement, eh? He's not a bad replacement, but he's not a like-for-like replacement.
No, he's definitely not. That's why the only reason why I think people say that City are favourites is because if you look at the squad and man for man, they actually have a better squad than what Liverpool has. The only thing is with Liverpool is they're durable, they hardly get injured, and they're a better team than what Manchester City is. So if you're looking at individuals, Edison is a good player, Riyad Mahrez is a good player, Raheem Sterling is a good player, Aguero is a good player, Kevin De Bruyne is a good player. Whereas you look at Liverpool's side, they don't have a player of Kevin De Bruyne's quality, you would say, but they're a better team than what Manchester City are. So for Liverpool to win the league, my only worry with Liverpool is that they just accomplished something after 30 years. You know, they might still be in the honeymoon phase, man.
It happens, eh? It happens.
It does happen. So that's why I understand why City are favorites. But for Liverpool to win the league, I think maybe there's a trick there for sure.
Fantastic, Shakes. Thanks for the conversation. You've certainly added to us and enlightened us. And we'll see you soon.
It's always been a pleasure being on the show. So we'll speak soon, and I've absolutely loved chatting with you guys. Hopefully next time we talk rugby, maybe, yeah?
We'll see. I can add a bit more.